All right guys, today we are going to be talking about how to become a supercar tech. If you wanted to drive supercars and you like puzzles, I'm going to tell you how to do it. So, a couple of weeks ago, I had a comment from a viewer, Lane Mendenhall, and he asked, can you make a video describing how to become a supercar tech? And that's what we're gonna do today. The amazing thing about this is it's a lot easier than you think, and there is a huge demand for qualified technicians these days. If you think that you have to be some specialist or go to some huge school program that costs a ton of money and takes up a lot of time, you actually would be wrong. Having an excellent education is going to help you, and I have an extensive education in electrical engineering and thermodynamic principles, and this has helped me immensely, but you don't have to go through this. What is the best way to do it? Well, what I've found is a school like LATTC. It's a trade school, and these schools are available in most towns. I'm going to tell you about how to do it if you live in LA, because this is where I live, but this is going to be very similar in most cities. If you live in Los Angeles, it doesn't matter how bad your credit is. It doesn't matter if you didn't graduate high school. As long as you have a GED or a high school diploma, you can go to these schools and apply. And they are so hard up for techs right now that they will give you money. The government will give you grants to help you pay. They will give you a student loan. Just to prove this, there's a neighbor from my shop area that I offered a job to, but I told him in order to hire him, he needed to go and be enrolled in a school. And he's 35 years old, GED, and terrible credit. And he went, was accepted, and everything was paid for. He was only gonna have to pay, I think, about half of the bill, and that's only those on a payment plan starting 6 months after he graduated. And honestly, you might not even have to pay that. There's some other ways to get other companies to pay for it. So you'll go to a school like this, give them your information, and then they'll send you through a program that lasts 50 weeks. So it's a 1-year program. And then automatically, right out the gate, Mercedes or BMW offers a job to any graduating student at LATTC. So you're immediately hired. It's not like in college where you graduate and then good luck getting a job. You have a job immediately afterwards. If you go to work for one of these dealerships after, I believe it was a year's time, they will offer you, if you do well, to go to a master tech school that they will pay for. It's an additional 6 months. And then you can go to BMW, Rolls-Royce, Mercedes factory schools where they'll teach you more specifically their tools and their equipment. You also have to buy tools as a tech here in the US. It's something that like in Europe is not necessarily the way that business is done, but companies like Snap-on or Mac Tools have deals with these schools that if you graduate, they'll give you 50% off of your initial purchase, and they will also set you up on a payment plan to pay those back. They are extremely expensive. I would highly recommend you do your research. There are other brands like Gear Wrench that make excellent tools that do not fail, that you can get for way cheaper, but obviously not on a payment plan. So you're gonna have to use some discretion there. Okay, so now you've gone to this school and you've gone to work at a dealership. BMW owns Rolls-Royce. Mercedes owns Maybach, and Mercedes motors and transmissions are what's in Aston Martin now. As a matter of fact, Aston Martin Beverly Hills doesn't even do work on the new Vantages. They just sublet it to a tech who comes from Mercedes and does the work on the engines or on the electrical system for the engines and transmissions. If you go to work at Mercedes or BMW and you just work there diligently for, I would recommend 5 years, because then you're really gonna have a good experience under your belt. But even if it's only been for a few years, as long as you are still working at these dealerships, you can go apply at O'Gara Coach in Los Angeles, which owns the dealership for Bugatti, Koenigsegg, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Lamborghini, McLaren. You can get on with any of these brands because they're all really badly looking for techs. I literally just saw the service manager, the head of service for O'Gara, posting on his Facebook, does anyone know any techs? And dude, everybody's looking for techs. I'm looking for techs. If you're a good tech and you want a job, DM me and I'm happy to give you an interview. The industry is so hard up for techs, it's really easy to then go and then you'll be working at a high-end dealership and putting hands on extremely exotic cars. And stay with the dealership for as long as you can. I know like everyone wants to go open their own shop. The problem with opening your own shop is you have to buy all the special tools that the dealership would normally pay for you, like the lifts, the battery chargers, the torque wrenches that like go on up to super high torque for center locks, straight edges. The list of tools never ends. Also, if you make a mistake running your own shop, it's on your shoulders to make it right and pay for it. Whereas at the dealership, they don't care. Like, they literally don't care. As long as you're not just making a mistake on every car, they'll reprimand you, but then you're still working and you're able to learn from those mistakes and see a lot of other people making mistakes and have no repercussion on you personally. So yeah, going through this route, next thing you know, you're gonna be driving and having a lot of fun with some pretty crazy cars and getting paid to do it.